Hey guys, what's going on? Greenville Gear here. I'm down at the card desk on a Tuesday morning. And it's kind of fun. This is one of my guilty pleasures. I like to have coffee and look at cards. And so let me show you a few things that I have that will be headed out in the mail and a few things that have come in that I'm kind of happy with. The first is I've kind of orchestrated one of my first trades of my more adult life. And so Blake K, who I think he's on YouTube, reached out and knew that I was working on this Gypsy Queen set from 2019. And so is he. So we exchanged numbers that we needed, and he found a bunch for me, and I found, I don't know, 18 or 19 that he needs. So that's kind of fun. So I'm going to get those out in the mail to him really soon, and we'll both be a little closer to our sets. A card that sold, it's been a lot of fun to kind of look at my collection. If you watch the channel, you know that I'm looking and kind of working on this set of t206 portrait cards. To look at my cards and the ones that I just don't love, that I like but don't love, that maybe I bought some years ago, that I'm willing to part with. And one of them, I might have shown it on the channel before, was this PSA 3 of Stony McGlynn. It's in the older slab, which I kind of don't like. And again, we're all picky and have our own, specific things. But it's a great card. It's a portrait card. It kind of fits my collection, a PSA 3. What I didn't love about it is just the way that the card is so dark. There seems to be some serious staining and those kinds of things. It just doesn't have great eye appeal. Now, what I loved about it was it's my only polar bear back. So I will now be without a polar bear back, but I've got my eye on a few online, so I think those can be easily had. In fact, some of the ones I've seen just pop a little bit better. Again, the darkness of this card was just kind of a drag for me, but somebody wanted it, and that's cool. So it'll go to a good home. Stony McGlynn will go out in the mail, and that will be that. So that one sold. It's just been a lot of fun to kind of upgrade my collection and think about, okay, is this card expendable? Obviously, most of my cards that I have I'm not getting rid of or selling, but that card I think I can upgrade and just turn around and use the money to get something a little better. So keep your eyes peeled on the channel. I'm sure I'll pick up a polar bear back not too far in the future. So if you watched some previous videos, you saw that I picked up this 1969 Topps Gale Sayers and this 1969 Topps Johnny Unitas. I just thought they're beautiful cards. This is a beautiful set. I'm really interested in this set. I'm also interested in the 1959 set. And again, this is just purely aesthetics. Like, these are just the cards that I think look cool. So I got poking around on eBay and found another 1969 Topps card to add to this kind of little vintage football collection. I even love the logos, the old-timey logos and so on. And so I found this 1969 Topps George Blanda in an SGC7. It's a really sharp card, as you can see here. What a cool old Raiders logo with the yellow. And there it is. And you can see these corners are just nice. That's a really nice 7. And there's the back of the card. And what I noticed, what's interesting about this card is, if you look at the other ones, they have that solid border, right? The orange or that kind of pink purple. George Blanda actually has a white border. So I thought that was kind of unique and interesting about the set, that some of the set cards have the white border and some don't. And so I'll have to do some more exploring on that. At first I looked at it, I thought, wait a minute, is it like a reprint or something? But anyway, really cool. So I'm excited about that. He's a famous, kicker. Broke lots of records. And so there's my George Blanda. Excited about that to add to the collection. So he'll join Johnny Unitas and Gale Sayers. That's going to fall, so we won't do that. So that's kind of fun. So for the last part of the pickups is a couple of PSA slabbed cards that I got, and I don't know, I'm going down a rabbit hole here, and I got to be careful in terms of collecting, but I wanted to pick up some kind of, to me, vintage hockey, and hockey that was interesting and kind of iconic to me, that I never had when I was younger. And I think a lot of collectors, particularly my age, are doing that. So a card I never had was the 1988 Topps Brett Hull, this great wing for the Blues. And to me, that was an iconic card I never owned. It's not a great grade. I just wanted to get the card, you know, and this is a nice sharp example in a 7. It's about the card, not the grade, and so I'm kind of thinking about my hockey collection. I don't think I'll have a lot in my hockey collection, but there are some cards that I just really want, and Brett Hall is part of that. Mario Lemieux is part of that, and I'm going back and through and looking at some of my raw cards and maybe get some of those slabbed just to have them, and so on. So another player, perhaps for obvious reasons, that I have a couple already, I think, of slabbed cards of him, and maybe I'll do a showcase later. It's Wayne Gretzky. This is a 1984 Topps Gretzky base card, also in a 7. And these were really, really affordable in a 7. And they are just gorgeous cards. And so I just thought, well, why not? So I got that in a PSA 7. And, you know, Gretzky is Gretzky, you know. I mean, there's somewhere on some YouTube video I was watching, and they were talking about vintage hockey, and it's just such a good point. Like, there's debate about the other sports, about basketball and football, and, well, maybe not, but there at least is some debate about who's the greatest of all time. In hockey, there doesn't seem like there's a lot of debate, and I just remember Gretzky growing up and just iconic player, and so anyway, so you might see some more Gretzkys pop up too. In fact, I actually think I have an order of one coming in an old SGC slab, which I plan to get reholdered. It was just too good of a deal. So that's the card desk for this morning. Thanks again for watching. I think this is the first time I've shown hockey on the channel, which is exciting. My 69 Topps collection has grown to 3 cards. That's fun. And then you saw some of the cards that are outgoing. So just really appreciate you watching. Thanks to all the subscribers. If you haven't subscribed and like looking at cards and just random stuff from my collection, you can do that right here, or give the video a like. Tell me what you like about the card desk series, or what kind of stuff you want to see, and that would be cool too. So we'll talk to you later. Thanks.